Cosmic Currents, Ukraine's astrological forecast for August 25th to 31st, 2024, by Ambrosius Holloway. 1. A beacon of clarity in a time of uncertainty. Sun in Virgo sextile Ukraine's Mercury in Cancer, 6th house. Date, August 25th, 2024. As the sun rises over the golden domes of Kyiv on August 25th, 2024, the nation will feel a surge of clarity and order, akin to the crisp morning air sweeping through the Carpathian Mountains. The sun in meticulous Virgo forms a supportive sextile with Ukraine's Mercury in Cancer, housed in the 6th house, an astrological domain governing work, health, and daily routines. This celestial alignment illuminates the corridors of power and public service, creating an atmosphere ripe for strategic communication and decision-making. Imagine the bustle of Kyiv's administrative offices, where decisions affecting millions are made daily. This cosmic influence sharpens minds, promoting efficiency and precision in addressing the myriad challenges faced by the government and public services. It's a moment where the ancient spirit of Kyiv, a city that has withstood centuries of change, echoes through modern policies, ensuring that every decision made is clear, thoughtful, and aligned with the nation's well-being. In this period, Ukraine can anticipate a general sense of productivity and order in its daily affairs. The influence of this sextile might be felt in the drafting of new health policies, the smooth operation of public services, and the strategic planning needed to navigate the complexities of governance in these times. To a dance of innovation, Venus in Leo trine, Ukraine's Uranus in Sagittarius, 10th house. Date, August 25th, 2024. On the same day, as the warm glow of Venus in Leo casts its light over Ukraine, it forms a harmonious trine with Uranus in Sagittarius, nestled in the 10th house, the realm of government, public image, and reputation. This alignment brings a surge of creativity and innovation to Ukraine's leadership and its standing on the international stage. Picture the bold and dynamic energy of Leo, symbolized by the lion, intertwining with the freedom-loving, expansive spirit of Sagittarius. This cosmic dance offers Ukraine the opportunity to embrace unconventional approaches in diplomacy and governance. Just as the Dnipro River has shaped the land around it, this trine suggests that Ukraine's leadership may find new pathways to enhance its international relations and public perception. This is a moment where Ukraine's innovative strategies could surprise the world, much like the unexpected resilience that has characterized its history. Whether through groundbreaking diplomatic efforts or bold public statements, the nation has the chance to carve out a new space in the global arena, one that reflects the enduring spirit of a country that has always found ways to adapt and thrive. 3 shadows of confusion. Mercury retrograde in Virgo, opposing Ukraine's Neptune in Capricorn, 12th house. Date, August 26th, 2024. As August 26th dawns, a more challenging energy begins to weave through Ukraine's astrological landscape. Mercury, the messenger planet, is in retrograde in Virgo, creating an opposition with Neptune in Capricorn, situated in the shadowy 12th house, a domain associated with secrets, hidden enemies, and the subconscious. This opposition stirs the waters of communication, casting ripples of confusion and potential deception. Imagine the fog rolling over the Black Sea, obscuring what lies beneath, a fitting metaphor for the misinformation and misunderstandings that could emerge in government circles and the public sphere. In a nation that has weathered countless storms, from the Cossack uprisings to the modern struggles for independence, this moment calls for heightened vigilance. Ukraine must tread carefully, ensuring that every piece of information is thoroughly verified and every decision is made with caution. The echoes of the past remind us that hidden agendas can be as dangerous as an invading force. This aspect warns of the need to guard against misinformation that could destabilize the nation's hard-won security. The weight of the world, Saturn in Pisces, retrograde, square Ukraine's Jupiter in Sagittarius, 9th house. Date, August 26, 2024. As the day progresses, the cosmic tension tightens. Saturn, the stern taskmaster, is retrograde in Pisces and forms a challenging square with Ukraine's Jupiter in Sagittarius, impacting the 9th house, a realm that encompasses international relations, higher education, and legal matters. This square feels like a heavy weight pressing down on Ukraine's shoulders, much like the endless struggles that have defined its history, from the days of the Kiev Rus to the tumultuous 20th century. The aspirations for expanding diplomatic ties and pursuing international legal proceedings are met with obstacles, akin to the icy winds that sweep across the steppes, slowing progress and demanding endurance. This is a period where patience becomes more than a virtue. It is a necessity. Ukraine must brace itself for delays and challenges, recognizing that growth in these sectors will require strategic adjustments and careful planning. The lessons of history, where every advance was hard-won, remind us that perseverance in the face of adversity is what has always carried Ukraine forward. A glimpse into the future, the unfolding cosmic narrative. Diplomatic horizons, Jupiter in Gemini trine Ukraine's Venus in Libra, 7th house. Date, August 27th, 2024. As the Sun reaches its zenith on August 27th, 2024, Ukraine stands at the cusp of an auspicious alignment. Jupiter in Gemini forms a harmonious trine with Venus in Libra, casting a benevolent light over the nation's 7th house of picture the bustling corridors of power in Kyiv, where seasoned diplomats and political strategists gather around polished tables, their conversations filled with the promise of new beginnings and strengthened ties. Jupiter, the grand architect of expansion and growth, joins forces with Venus, the gentle ruler of relationships, to create a fertile ground for diplomacy and international relations. In the heart of a nation that has weathered countless geopolitical storms, from the Cossack Hetmanate to the tumult of modern independence, this trine signals a golden opportunity. Treaties are likely to be forged with a confidence that recalls the determined spirit of Kyiv's medieval rulers, while negotiations could proceed with a smoothness that belies the turbulent past. The influence of the ongoing Jupiter-Saturn cycle, initiated in December 2020 under the visionary sign of Aquarius, resonates deeply with Ukraine's current path. This cycle, focused on societal growth and sustainable development, underscores the importance of strategic alliances and collaborative efforts. On this day, Ukraine finds itself well-positioned to advance its international standing, building bridges that could fortify its long-term goals and secure its place on the world stage. The pulse of progress, Mars in Gemini sextile Ukraine's Sun in Virgo, 6th house. Date, August 27th, 2024. As the day unfolds, another cosmic influence charges the air with vitality. Mars in Gemini forms a sextile with Ukraine's Sun in Virgo, nestled in the 6th house of work, health, and public services. The atmosphere buzzes with energy, as if the ancient streets of Lviv are suddenly thrumming with the rhythm of progress. Mars, the fiery planet of action and assertiveness, breathes new life into Ukraine's efforts to enhance its public sector and military strategies. This alignment is a clarion call for Ukraine to step forward with confidence, much like the nation's brave defenders who have always stood tall in the face of adversity. Whether it's the reform of health policies or the strengthening of military logistics, this is a moment for decisive action. The meticulous nature of Virgo ensures that these actions are not hasty, but calculated, precise, and deeply effective. In this charged atmosphere, Ukraine has the opportunity to make significant strides, improving the efficiency and effectiveness of its government services and securing a brighter future for its people. Under the shadow of power, Venus in Leo square, Ukraine's Pluto in Scorpio, 8th house. Date, August 28th, 2024. The following day, August 28th, 2024, brings with it a more foreboding energy. Venus in Leo squares off against Pluto in Scorpio, casting a long shadow over Ukraine's 8th house, a domain ruled by transformation, shared resources, and financial dependency. The very air seems to thicken with tension, much like the heavy clouds that gather before a summer storm over the Dnipro River. This square hints at power struggles and intense pressures, particularly in matters of international debts or large-scale financial negotiations. Ukraine, a country that has endured countless upheavals, from the Mongol invasions to the Soviet era, now finds itself navigating the treacherous waters of economic dependence and resource management. The influence of Pluto, with its relentless demand for deep change and transformation, suggests that Ukraine must assert its power carefully to protect its interests. In this period, careful handling of resources and strategic negotiations will be paramount. The lessons of history, where the nation has learned to survive by adapting and transforming, must guide Ukraine's approach to these challenges. The stakes are high, and the outcomes could reshape the financial landscape of the country, requiring wisdom, strength, and an unyielding commitment to safeguarding the nation's future. The unveiling, full moon in Pisces, 9 degrees in Ukraine's 12th house. Date, August 30th, 2024. As August 30th arrives, the full moon in Pisces rises, casting its silvery light over Ukraine's 12th house, a place of secrets, hidden enemies, and the deep undercurrents of the subconscious. The full moon's reflection shimmers across the waters of the Black Sea, evoking a sense of mystery and revelation, as if ancient truths are about to be unearthed. This lunar event signifies a culmination or revelation of hidden matters that have been quietly shaping the nation's course. The 12th house is often a place where the unseen forces of history and destiny play out, where the shadows of the past meet the present. On this night, the full moon may bring concealed information to the surface, prompting significant emotional or psychological shifts within the country. Imagine the secrets of past regimes or the hidden machinations of foreign powers suddenly coming to light. This is the energy of the full moon in Pisces. It could stir the nation's collective consciousness, influencing national sentiment and bringing to the forefront issues related to national security, intelligence operations, or the management of hidden resources. The full moon's energy is intense, signaling a time for closure, resolution, or perhaps even a reckoning with the ghosts of Ukraine's past. A journey through shadows and light, what lies ahead? Neptune-Pluto cycle, unveiling the mystical and the mundane. Current phase, the long dance of the Neptune-Pluto cycle, which began in the twilight of the 19th century, casts its profound influence over the global collective. It is a cycle that whispers through the corridors of history, reshaping how societies perceive the very fabric of reality: spiritual, ideological, and existential. Influence. On August 29, 2024, this cosmic symphony reaches a critical note for Ukraine. Neptune's elusive, dreamlike presence conjoins with the stern, reality-checking Saturn in a powerful alignment that underscores a pivotal challenge: the reconciliation of Ukraine's national security and hidden agendas with broader spiritual and ideological. Imagine the dual forces at play: the ephemeral allure of dreams and the cold, hard grip of reality, forcing Ukraine to confront any lingering illusions. There's a stark need for discipline, for stripping away the comforting veil of unrealistic expectations. This alignment demands a resolute, grounded approach as Ukraine attempts to align its internal strategies with the shifting tides of global collective thought. The reckoning, Saturn in Pisces, conjunct Ukraine's Neptune in Pisces, 12th house. Date, August 29, 2024. On this fateful day, the conjunction of Saturn and Neptune in Pisces within Ukraine's mysterious 12th house brings with it a moment of truth. The 12th house is no ordinary domain. It is a place where shadows live, where the subconscious whispers, and where secrets are buried deep beneath layers of consciousness. Neptune, ruler of dreams and illusions, often blurs these boundaries, encouraging fanciful escapism or unrealistic ideals. But today, the stern hand of Saturn arrives, demanding clarity and discipline. Picture this celestial confrontation as a mirror, suddenly clearing of mist, revealing the harsh contours of reality. For Ukraine, this aspect signifies a time to dismantle the comforting but deceptive fantasies that may have clouded its approach to national security and hidden agendas. It's a period where the nation must lay a solid, unshakable foundation in areas previously obscured by uncertainty. This is a reckoning, a sobering moment where the veil is lifted, and Ukraine must face the truth with unwavering resolve, fortifying its ideological direction with the bedrock of realism and discipline. Sparks of innovation, Uranus and Taurus, sextile Ukraine's Mars in Cancer, 4th house. Date, August 29th, 2024. As the day progresses, a different kind of energy begins to stir in the air. Uranus, the great harbinger of sudden change and innovation, forms a sextile with Ukraine's Mars in Cancer, which resides in the 4th house of domestic affairs, territorial issues. This aspect brings a burst of creative potential, a spark that could ignite unexpected but positive developments within Ukraine's borders. Imagine the vibrant energy of innovation coursing through the nation's heart, touching everything from domestic policies to territorial integrity. Uranus, ever the disruptor, encourages Ukraine to embrace new perspectives and inventive strategies. It's a time for bold decisions and fresh approaches, much like the surge of revolutionary thought that has shaped Ukraine's past, whether in the fires of the Maidan or the resilient spirit of its people. This aspect, influenced by the ongoing Uranus-Pluto cycle that reshaped global power dynamics between 2012 and 2015, pushes Ukraine toward a future where innovation is not just welcomed, but necessary. The focus is on home, on the very roots of the nation, suggesting that Ukraine could find groundbreaking ways to address long-standing territorial disputes or strengthen its internal stability. The future beckons with the promise of renewal, driven by the electric energy of change. The deep transformation, Pluto in Capricorn retrograde, trine Ukraine's Mercury in Virgo, 6th house. Date, August 30th, 2024. As the week draws toward its conclusion, another powerful alignment takes center stage. Pluto, the planet of transformation, power, and rebirth, is retrograde in Capricorn, forming a trine with Ukraine's Mercury in Virgo, housed in the 6th house of work, health, and military affairs. This trine signals a period of deep transformative change, particularly in the areas where structure and organization are paramount. Picture this trine as the steady, relentless force of a glacier, carving out new paths in the landscape of Ukraine's national strategy. The retrograde motion of Pluto suggests a time of introspection, of looking back to reassess and recalibrate the power dynamics that govern the country's internal workings. For Ukraine, this is an ideal moment to engage in strategic communication and meticulous planning, particularly in public health, military strategies, and government services. The influence of the ongoing Saturn-Pluto cycle, which began with their momentous conjunction in January 2020, underscores Ukraine's role in the broader narrative. This trine provides Ukraine with the cosmic support needed to make significant progress in these critical areas, potentially leading to transformative shifts that will fortify the nation's long-term effectiveness and resilience. The stage is set for profound change, where the old is reformed and the new is born out of the crucible of introspection and strategic foresight. A world on the edge, what awaits beyond the horizon? Celestial healing and strategic renaissance. Chiron in Aries quincunx Ukraine's Venus in Libra, 7th house. Date, August 30th, 2024. As the sun rises on August 30th, 2024, Ukraine faces a celestial challenge that echoes deep into the heart of its diplomatic history. Chiron, the wounded healer, moves into a quincunx with Ukraine's Venus in Libra, casting its influence over the 7th house of partnerships, diplomacy, and legal matters. This aspect is not one of smooth harmonies, but of discordant notes that demand attention, much like an old scar that aches when a storm is coming. Chiron's presence in Aries, a sign known for its courage and directness, emphasizes the need for Ukraine to confront and heal past wounds that have festered in its relationships with other nations. Imagine the unresolved tensions that have lingered from past treaties, historical grievances, or diplomatic rifts that never fully healed. This quincunx suggests that these issues can no longer be ignored or glossed over. The energy of this alignment compels Ukraine to revisit old partnerships and alliances, perhaps renegotiating terms or addressing lingering tensions that have gone unresolved. It is a moment that calls for bravery, much like the brave Cossacks of old who defended their homeland with both sword and strategy. By taking courageous steps to reconcile differences and realign its diplomatic relationships, Ukraine can ensure that its alliances rest on solid, mutually beneficial ground. The path forward requires healing, and healing requires both acknowledgement of the past and the boldness to forge a better future. Clarity and precision. Sun in Virgo conjunct Ukraine's Mercury in Virgo, 6th house. Date August 31st, 2024. As August 31st dawns, the stars align to cast a bright, focused light on Ukraine's daily operations and strategic initiatives. The Sun, in all its radiant power, forms a conjunction with Mercury in Virgo, within Ukraine's 6th house, an astrological domain that governs work, health, and the minutiae of daily life. This is no ordinary day. It is a day of heightened clarity, where the fog of confusion is burned away by the precision of Virgo's analytical mind. Imagine the bureaucratic machinery of Ukraine, from the halls of government to the front lines of public health, suddenly operating with the efficiency of a well-oiled machine. The Sun's energy amplifies Mercury's natural affinity for communication and detail, shining a spotlight on areas that demand meticulous attention. For Ukraine, this alignment heralds a period of increased productivity and effectiveness in government services, health initiatives, and military logistics. This is the time for Ukraine to refine its strategies, to implement new policies with confidence, and to communicate its plans with the clarity and precision that Virgo demands. The emphasis on organization suggests that every detail, every decision will contribute to the broader goal of national stability and progress. It's a day when Ukraine can make significant strides in its operational effectiveness, setting the stage for long-term success. Reflect and rebuild. Mercury retrograde in Virgo, sextile Ukraine's Saturn in Capricorn, 12th house. Date August 31st, 2024. Later on the same day, as the cosmic clock continues its march, Mercury in retrograde motion forms a sextile with Saturn in Capricorn, influencing Ukraine's 12th house, an area associated with secrets hidden. Mercury in retrograde is a time traditionally associated with reflection and reassessment, and this sextile brings an opportunity for Ukraine to engage in a deep, constructive review of its past decisions. Picture the disciplined, methodical energy of Saturn guiding Ukraine's leadership through a careful reevaluation of strategies, particularly those concerning national security and internal stability. The sextile, a harmonious aspect, suggests that this is a favorable time for Ukraine to correct oversights and reinforce the foundations of its long-term plan. It's as if the nation is being given a second chance to ensure that every piece of its strategy aligns with the broader goals of security and sustainability. This alignment encourages Ukraine to delve into the hidden corners of its governmental structures, to reassess intelligence operations, and to strengthen the strategies that have been kept out of the public eye. It's a time for realistic planning, where the lessons of the past are integrated into a robust, forward-looking vision. By doing so, Ukraine can ensure that its national strategies are not only sustainable, but also deeply rooted in the realities of the world it navigates. The unfolding path. What will Ukraine's future hold? As August draws to a close, Ukraine stands on the brink of a new chapter, one that is shaped by the forces of healing, clarity, and strategic reassessment.